Alright, so another option is to use a screen recording program. This one is probably the most straightforward option because this program allows you to record videos. You can, I think, record up to 10 videos for free, and they can be up to 30 minutes long, and it allows you to go in and merge and like do the screencast itself, or you can merge ones that you've made in other ways or that other people have made and edit them and stuff. So this is probably the most straightforward option. I did create some how-tos and then realized for a little bit that it seemed like they had restricted so that students couldn't access. So I still had access, but when you go, if you try to look up the extension, it'll say that it's blocked because they don't want that access right from the thing at the top. They don't want to pin the extension. But if you go and you have to make sure that you have supervision when you're using it, basically. So if you go to Screencastify, so just search for Screencastify, it will come up. So don't go via Chrome extension because that won't be allowed. And then you go to the website, click on login, and then you're going to sign in with Google. Okay, select your account. Now you're going to have an option that will eventually come up that says that you are using it under supervision of teacher or parent. So you can use this for your projects, okay? And yeah, so this is the program. Now I have already been into this, so the rest of the video she'll walk you through like how to give it access to your microphone and your camera and all that stuff. But I had to redo this part because you guys have to access it a little bit differently than we do. So instead of going with the extension, you just search, go to Screencastify and log in that way. So basically you get 10 free videos. I can't remember the length of them, but to make one you just click on class new video. I'm going to click on record a video, and I want to record, I tend to use the full screen, then it'll record whatever I have on my device. Okay, I'm going to click on full screen. Yours might pop up with an enable, and I think we had one earlier that I didn't check. I thought it might ask me again, but anyway, it'll usually ask you to enable your microphone and your camera. So I'm going to click on here. Yeah, enable mic and camera, webcam. Okay. I don't really want to use, you can use like where it puts your picture onto it, so it shows you as you're explaining things, but I don't really want to use that. So I'm going to turn off my camera. This is, you can turn it off when you get in there anyway. I can tell that my microphone is working because this is for the microphone and the green is happening. So I just need to tell it that I'm going to allow while visiting the site. Okay, so now it's saying camera is in use if I want to use that. So I'm going to go back to my tab at the top, and I'm going to click on new video, record a video. Okay, I'm going to use the full screen. I'm going to use my microphone. Okay, it says, gives me options here. I'm going to go with the default, which is my microphone. It's clearly working. I'm going to let my webcam stay off. You can turn it on if you want to have that part. I'm going to give myself a little countdown, right? I can make it a little longer. I tend to just go with the short one. And you can choose to have drawing tools if you feel like you're going to like mark on the thing as you're talking. So you can show that if you want to. I don't think I will. I'll leave it anyway and we'll see. So if I click on record, I'm going to pick the entire screen. So then I have to click on it to select the entire screen. This right here is important. So if I have a video in my thing that I want to share, or a sound in there that I want it to record that's from the computer and not my voice, so not picked up by the microphone, but it's from the system itself, this is where I would click on, I would turn this on. So then if I have a video that I want to show and I want the sound to come through, then it will work. Okay, so then I'm going to click on share. And it's giving me my countdown. So I'm going to go to the slideshow that I want to share. All right, and I'm going to go, well, I should already have it ready for whatever slide I'm going to start at. Okay, but I'll show you. Let's say we're going to talk about these particular slides from the first. And I'm going to click slideshow. Okay, and then I can click through my slideshow and talk as I go through. And I'm going to talk about each of the things, and as I click, if I have the bullets animated so they come out one at a time, they will, and I can talk to each point like that. When I want to, I can hide this if I don't want to see it. I don't know if you guys can probably see it. Right, so I can hide it anytime, or I can click stop sharing when I'm done sharing that slideshow. I'm still recording, and over here I have all these different options that I can use if I wanted to. So let's see, I can use a pen, I can draw on there if I wanted to. Let me see, I can erase what I drew. Or I can, there should be probably an undo here, but you can play around with those if you want to. I'm going to clear all. That's if I did decide I wanted to turn on the webcam, and I can probably move that around. So if I click on turn it on, there I am. I can pick it up. I think I can pick it up. Yeah, and I can move it to wherever I want to as I'm recording. Okay, I can turn X out of it so that you can't see it. But this is that hidden drawing board. But stickers, I don't advise that for this, but I can also collapse it if I want to anytime. If I don't like my recording, I can pause anytime. Right? I'm screen recording the screen recording, so hopefully this is working, but I can press resume when I'm going to record some more. Okay, maybe I don't like that, so I press resume, and then I can click restart, and it'll let me start from the first, or I can click on play, and that'll resume and let me continue recording. Okay, so maybe you're sitting in the same place, but each person is taking their turn. You can do that, and maybe you don't like it at all, so I'm going to delete, and I'm going to start all over again. So, yeah. So that is how we use the screen recorder, or Screencastify. Sorry. Okay, so when I'm done, I'm going to click on stop. And it brings me out of that. Okay, now I have a locally saved file. Video is being uploaded to my Google Drive automatically. So it automatically saves it into your Google Drive. And if you go back to your Screencastify tab, then you'll see it in here and it'll be kind of playing it in the background. There are some edit features in the Screencastify, so you can click on edit video. Okay, and it shows you the details here. You can, so if I decided there's a 30-minute time limit for each video that you make in here. So if you wanted to, you can use this editing tool in order to bring your other videos in. You can also use it. So let's say I have a little section here. So if I click here and I find the section, let's say it's maybe here. Ooh, I don't like that part, so I can pause it and I can click on split. Okay, maybe I didn't like that whole first part, so I can click on there, and if I select the whole thing, and then, oops, sorry, select the whole thing, then I can delete it. Or maybe it's just a little section, so if I go to the end of the section that I want, and I click split again, and maybe it's this middle piece here that I want to get rid of, then I can select it and then hit delete. And if I don't have to, like worry too much, because if I make a little mistake, I can use my undo thing up here, the undo button, and it brings it all back, right? Hopefully you won't need to like play with a lot of it, because really it's probably like more merging things and then maybe cutting out little pieces that you don't want in your final one. But there are other features like cropping. So if you don't like the edge and you want to get rid of that edge, then you can select the whole thing and then click crop and crop what it looks like here. So if I want to get rid of the black on either side, I could. For this case, if I want to merge or add in another video, so I can click on video and then it'll say, oh, add video. So if I want to add a video, I can pull it from my drive or upload it depending on what I'm using. Oh, excellent. Never mind. Well, you can allow permission and hopefully it will let you. May or may not. I'm going to click on my Google account to allow me to access my Google Drive so I can pull in my other videos, right? So then I find my videos in here. So let's say I'm going to add this one. So I select it. Oh, select. And it will add it. Okay, so it's added successfully. It was added after the other one. Okay, so if there's certain placement, then you need to think about, okay, I can probably select this part and I can drag it in front of the other one. Right? I can split them up and move parts of them to different areas. I can always click somewhere and click on play to play it back, just to give you some ideas. And when you're through, you can click on Save Changes. You can save it as a different copy if you want to keep the original the way it was. Remember, you have 10 free ones, total of 30 minutes. So I'm going to click on Save Changes. Save Changes. And I don't care. This is just one that I'm playing with. Okay. So I'm going to click on Save Changes. Oh, I forgot to show also. So if I had this video for say, and let's say this part at the first wasn't loud enough, I would want to, let's see, it's kind of, if I look at the sound close up, it looks lower in this first part and then a little higher over here. So if I were to, click maybe here, I'd listen to it and then I could split it. And then if maybe this section I want to take and make the sound louder, I'm going to click on just the sound part, which is at the bottom. And I'm going to adjust. This window comes up here and I want to adjust it and make it louder. So if you notice, those lines have now gotten higher, so they're a little closer to what the other ones look like, right? So I can adjust the audio there. So say you're putting together different people's parts and they have different volumes, then that's one way that you could make them a little closer to each other. Anyway, just a little feature I thought would be interesting to share with you in case you want to use it. Okay, so I'm going to click Done. And then I'm going to click on Save Changes. And I'm just going to keep that same old copy. So save. Anyway. Okay, so when it finishes saving, it will come back to the main menu. And so then we're going to export. So I'm going to click on Export. Export options, it says don't include the video features. So if I was, say, making a little video that had quiz questions or things like that and interactive with comments and other features, AI stuff in here, and I wanted that stuff to work for you, then you would share instead. But we want to actually export the video itself. So we're going to click on Continue. Okay, and so again, it is reminding me here that questions, viewers, and comments aren't available if we do this, but that's fine. You can choose to export it as, this is just audio, but you could go export as an MP4. You could tell it to automatically put it into your Google Drive. So I'm going to say put it in my Google Drive. Do I want it to be private? I'm going to put it as public under our domain, so that people who are part of the cloud, so your classmates and me, can actually view it, but it's not going to be viewable outside of our group. Okay? So I'm going to say maybe you can choose to copy the drive link, or we can click on View on Drive if you want to go and see it in the folder. So right now it is making the copy. It's putting the copy into your drive, and now we can watch it in your drive.
So one of your options
there it is.
To use your
and if you remember, it has the two parts to it, so that it has those two parts. Hopefully that helps you when using Screencastify. So this appears smaller because when I did this one, I used my phone, the screencasting app on my phone, and I had it turned a funny way. So if I wanted to still use this, I could actually crop it. So pay attention to that feature in Screencastify. You'll notice that there is a little watermark on the video that you make, but when I do extend it, it makes it a little bit bigger, but I would pay attention to how you have your phone setting if you are using your screen recorder on your phone. Screencastify itself, it will record your full screen, so shouldn't have as much issue, especially if you're using it on the Chromebook. So let's say you were finished of your recording and you wanted to find it. So remember, we chose for it to be saved in your Google Drive. So if you go to your drive, you should find a folder that's called Screencastify. And you'll find your video that you made in there.